Hey y'all, what's up? Your girl G here. Welcome back to my channel. Just want to come and talk to you really fast about Summer House Martha Vineyard. Definitely been in love with Martha's Vineyard, since season 1. They definitely, are giving us what's, we needing from, Bravo right now. Real stories and, not a whole bunch of playing in our face. We're actually getting, this was a very emotional episode. Sometimes when they say, energy is contagious, it is given. Everybody's energy just was like a domino effect into everybody just being emotional and breaking it down, just breaking down about what happened to him first season. And this season, it's just like a whole lot. I guess, and the tequila definitely, is helping move them feelings all forward. So, yeah. Tonight's episode was actually really good, so let's go ahead and get into it. I wanted to talk to y'all really fast while I got a little bit of light, because it's been storming here in Texas right now. So literally, when I get a peek through the clouds, I try to, hurry up and knock a video out. So I just did Potomac. Y'all make sure to go check that video out. Show it some love. Potomac, done. Stick a fork in it. Panini pressed, hot, burnt, crisp. In flames is what that is. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to Martha's Vineyard. Like I said, the good shit, okay? So we basically pick up where we left off, which is Jordan and Summer having a whole, drunk bitch fit, okay? Summer's like, I can't talk to you. She goes upstairs and she's like, Jordan's always allowed to have, her moments where she's, talking crazy or, voicing her frustrations and going at people, but it be damned if Summer do. And at the table, I think Jordan isn't aware that she carries such a, and I don't even want to say with Summer like an angry, but you can just tell there's a wall with Jordan and she visibly wears it. And unfortunately, we know as a Black woman, you simply just being, depressed or like these symptoms of seeming like the quote unquote angry Black woman are really just symptoms of something deeper, which is for Jordan, she clearly depressed and going through it, And at this moment, but she did come in first season with a wall. And this season is just, heightened, obviously, because of what's going on with her alopecia, her losing her hair. I'm sure that's just like, for her, it's just compounding stuff, obviously. But yeah, so Summer, though, felt like, Jordan always gets to have her moments, like, let me have one. So she's in there going back and forth. Shanice and Nick, well, they was down there chomping on them chips, okay? They was in there just, ooh, this dip look good with this one. Ooh, let me try this dip with that. But, when you be lit, just food just tastes so amazing. So they over there just like, okay, sour cream and onion chips, whatever dip it was. See, I love a good, look, I'm going to put y'all on jalapeno kettle chips and ranch dip. Oh my God, just chef's kiss. They go upstairs like Amir, Nick, Shanice, they all go in Summer's room and Preston comes in with Jordan and she's kind of like hearing her go off. And Jordan kind of goes to her room and is just like, this is going to get painted against me. It always does. Because in the first season, she did kind of like, they immediately put her with the trope of like, oh, she is the, I don't want to say angry Black woman, but like she immediately got the, oh, she just be problems type, sentiment. And Jordan, with this season, she said, she's feeling overexposed. Not only did she have that moment with Summer, but now it's like this whole thing is happening. She is just, and Jordan's very sensitive. And all these ladies, y'all need a good therapizer, cause all y'all crying, all y'all got daddy issues, and fixing Jesus. That's all I can say. Let go and let God. But they're definitely, each of these girls have their own things to fix. But Jordan, yeah, she just basically was feeling, as she said, like overexposed. I think her telling Summer was a big thing for her. And so I think she's just feeling like I gave too much, you know? But yeah, so everybody goes to sleep or whatever. The next morning they're all cooking, half of them go to church. So Shanice, was it Amir? I think it was Amir. No, it wasn't Amir. It was Shanice, Nick, Jessica, and Alex. Alex came by to ask, whoever wanted to go to church. And they all left. Shanice is like, this bitch gonna burn up in flames when I get in there. She's like, I was just out here drunk, shaking ass, and now I'm in church, okay? But Jesus always said, come as you are, so here I am, drunk boots. But I'm still gonna, worship him and praise him. Like Kirk said, stomp, okay? Do you hear me? Hey, stomp, okay? I'm gonna go in there and stomp tequila too, okay? But as they were at the church, Bria, she's in the kitchen like prepping food. She's talking to Noelle about how she's upset about Jasmine, not just being straightforward and saying that she wanted Mariah to come. And so finding out that Jasmine already had it prepped, she's annoyed. But I think she's more annoyed that Phil didn't get the approval. And it's like, yeah, you care that it is Mariah, but you also care more that it's Mariah coming and also not Phil. And so Bria is just, we'll get into Bria. So, I forgot, y'all, Noelle, when Jordan and Summer were going back and forth, she was crying on her bed. She was just like, I'm so embarrassed. And even before she even talked to her mom, I already knew what it was that Noelle was feeling. And when she was like crying to herself and she was just like, oh my gosh, like I'm embarrassed, I knew immediately her feelings was of, I played right into this nigga hand, essentially, because Alex is one of those dudes, we'll get into it. Like, I think she also is not only embarrassed that it happened, but then now it happened on national TV. And this is like your first introduction to the house. And I'm sure, with all the other housemates like telling her to go after Alex, it's like I'm feeling bamboozled, And so yeah, we'll get into that. And especially with it being Alex and the way he moved, we'll talk about that. So after that, Summer and Preston talk. And Preston basically feels Summer in on how Jordan was feeling last night. And he was like, Jordan's kind of feel like in that moment, like you set it against her. And she was like, and Summer was like, well, I didn't say any details. I simply was just stating a comment of like, you are coming at me, but I was just, being a girlfriend to you, like holding your hair. And so although it wasn't like she was putting it out there to use it as malice against Jordan, she was using it more as a like reference point. But because it was a private moment, Jordan is really, taking it to heart. So Jordan and Summer, they end up talking later. Nick and all them get back from church, and Bree's like, oh, you want to invite me to church? And he was like, we're gonna go next time, because I think he invited everybody, but Preston's like, yeah, I ain't going to church. Religion is played anyways. So Noelle goes out there with Summer by the pool, and she basically was like, I'm feeling kind of crazy because like the whole Alex situation, like it made me feel like rejected. Like, here it is, I'm like already like playing my hand to this dude, and then he hits me with the, we'll see how it goes. Although we saw how he's acting with Summer, and Noelle was like, go ahead, girl, but I think Noelle feels like it would have been different had she not come on so early. And I think that's what Noelle's plan was, to not come on to Alex so early. But because obviously, you got production behind the things and the other castmates kind of like giving her the, yeah, yippee, go for it. It just was like her feelings times 10. And so yeah, she just kind of had a crying moment, kind of find out her daddy, of course, the what is the typical story? Mama's baby, daddy's maybe. He upped and dipped. Um yeah, and so she has kind of like, rejection issues. So she ended up calling her mom, and she was like, yeah, that boy Alex I was telling you about, I basically was like, talking to him, and I saw him, talking to a girl in the club. And when she came to Alex, her already stating, like, I can't get a little territorial, and y'all haven't even reached like the like really the talking stage, like not even like the really like into it stage. A dude like Alex immediately is going to revert, okay? Because he likes the girl as the inconspicuous type, that's gonna keep it on the down low, okay? And nobody has to know, okay? But also Alex said he in his boy era, okay? So those are the type of dudes you gotta leave alone, especially with Alex. Yeah, is Alex like good looking? Sure, but I don't think like he deserves all this stank that that everybody putting on it. Like Alex gets away with the fact that he is 6 foot, like, and then he has this era of I meditate and I'm a fake ass vegan. Because Alex, you a part-time vegan. I saw your ass over there when you was about to eat them damn bars on the thing, and Nick was like, you can't eat that. And you was like, dang, you ain't have to say it so loud. Yeah, you a part-time ass vegan, Alex. I'm saying, niggas like Alex, they will play you, okay? They put up the front of, oh, I'm this nice guy, I can help you. It's just plain fuckery. That's what it is. But yeah, Noelle basically was talking to her mom, and her mom's like, you're human, like, don't let this dude, dictate to you how you feel about yourself. But, you're human. You had a moment, and Noelle's just like, she's super close to her mom. And so I really enjoy Noelle. I really like her. So they all go to the beach. It was a cool day at the beach. It was super fun watching them play games and stuff like that. And when they get back, everybody's getting ready. Preston killed me. He was like, when they was like, oh, what you want to drink? He said, everybody's like, you want tequila? He said, yeah, I want the hard stuff. I was like, that sounds like me. Like, okay, we can have all these mixed drinks, but let me get a few. Like, I want the hard stuff. Which one gonna get me there quicker? So they get back to the house, and Jasmine is on the phone with Silas. And she basically is like, I think everybody's starting to suspect. Obviously, we knew she was pregnant. And so she goes hard. They're calling it the truth booth. And basically, she was just talking about, like, this summer, I really, it's going to be different for me because the person who really introduced me to Martha's Vineyard isn't here. And then not only that, I'm not really in a place with everybody in the house that I thought I would, which is obviously something really triggering for Jasmine right now because she is pregnant. Her husband is deployed. And I knew what Jasmine meant when she told Jordan when they talked in like episode 1 on the boat. When Jordan was like, I didn't see like who you were. And when Jasmine was like, girl, yeah, you didn't get me because I was surviving. What Jasmine was saying, I was dealing with a nigga like in my first year of marriage. I was having to make this adjustment. And we saw the type of hell that this man was, where he basically told her, you ain't even smart enough to iron my pants right. So we saw what Jasmine was going through. And I think she was struggling to find that, that equilibrium again of being, the old Jasmine that you girls know, but also being a married, kept woman, as like they like to put it. But yeah, so she takes him downstairs, show him on the phone. This is basically Bria's world. They are getting everything ready. And so Summer and Jordan finally talk. And Jordan basically tells Summer that she felt, emotionally exposed and like her vulnerability was taken, wasn't taken seriously. Like she didn't present a safe space. And Summer obviously told her, like, that wasn't my intention. I was just trying to state, my place with you and how I feel like, you know, I've been there for you. And Jordan is just so encased in that wall. Her reaction simply just being like, you know, like this. And then when Summer tried to say her piece, like, you know, you just are kind of coming off, you know, hard, angry. She just was looking at Summer like, like, Jordan, I love you, girl. I love you, sis. I really do. I really like Jordan, but I just want good sis to go get some help. Like, I really do. But yeah, they ended up talking. They ended up squashing it, but Jordan just was kind of like, now I know, you know, some things I might need to keep to myself. And so in the midst of this Bria's world, Bria done got a llama. She calls Simon. Bria love fighting. That's the problem. Bria love complaining and arguing. She gets off on this shit because the fact you mad at your man because the flights is double the price and he can't get it. How you mad at him? He's like, you yelling and complaining at me like it's my fault. But yeah, so everybody goes down there from Bria's world. They eating and stuff. It was cute. You know, it was everything and the most like Bria. You know, it made sense. They all ended up cooking Amir, how you gonna have the cheesesteak with no cheese? But yeah, everybody ate, and this is where Alex noticed about Jordan that she was kind of, you know, being quiet. He's like, you know, everybody's cheering and stuff, but like he's like, I'm just noticing Jordan isn't as lively. And so he's just like, you know, we might not be the closest friends, but you know, I'm just noticing things. So they all end up going out to dinner that night, and this is where everything just starts popping off. They're good, you know, they're talking and chit-chatting, and finally Alex is like, you know, Jordan, I just want to say, like, what's up? You know, I haven't been hearing your voice as much lately. And, you know, Jordan being herself, what you mean? Like, what do you mean? I'm like, how am I not myself? And it's just like, like I said, y'all, Jordan has a wall. And I think, you know, just from a outside perspective, she also can allow herself to get close to people because she has dealt with a lot of loss and losing her mom. Typically, people like that, they don't know how to garner close friendships out of the fear of like losing, you know, people. But nonetheless, you know, Alex was like, you know, for real, I'm checking in on you. And she basically let it all out. Like, you know, I've been through a lot of shit in my life, you know, and then I lost my mom young. I had to take on her burden, take care of her parents, you know, so that really stopped me from doing stuff in my life that I wanted to do. And, you know, this year I'm losing my hair, having the worst flare up. And I think you could tell she knew the wigs. Like, you could tell she knew the wigs. And so for her, she wasn't, like, you could tell she just wasn't comfortable in her skin. And so she was just like, you know, I don't know if I'm okay. And so Alex was like, you know, thank you for sharing. You know, this is the most I kind of learned about you in this setting than, you know, I ever knew about you. Because on the first season, they didn't really like click like that yet. And so she was like, well, yeah, you know, you could have got to know me, but you had my friend fucked up. And everybody was like, what? I was like, wait a minute. Like, we thought you was having a nice sentimental moment. And she said, you had my friend fucked up. And the whole Shanice situation, like, it was like a domino effect. Everybody's like, I'm going to have my turn. So then, now we got Shanice crying because that whole shit about the dude, you know, putting her out there like a stalker. Like, of course. And then he leaked her nudes. You know, lame shit. So she just like, I get traumatized because every time I go somewhere, it's somebody bringing up, you know, that shit. And then I'm dealing with him trying to sue me civilly because he couldn't win with me criminally. And him obviously being a basketball player, having more disposable income, you sue me for $20,000. Like, that shit is a lot. And so she was like, Alex, like, you really traumatized me. And Alex was like, hey, that wasn't me. Yeah, I brought it up and you want to play like, oh, I just want to help her, you know, fight the narrative. Shut up. Stop lying, Alex. That's what I'm saying. Alex, some undercover niggas that you just like, you gotta watch. And so Nick was like, to be fair, Jasmine, it was really you know, that wanted to bring it up. And Jasmine was like, that's fair. And so after Shanice kind of broke down and like, you know, said what it was, Alex went over there and gave her a hug. And so then now here come Bria turn. And you can tell anytime Bria gets to starting, everybody's eyes always, here this bitch go again. Like, cause that's the type of person Bria is. Like, here this bitch go again. So she's like, you know, I just want to say I've been real inauthentic to myself. She was like, I just been saying, you know, I really ain't been feeling like myself. So I just can be authentic and say, you know, this whole Phil Mariah situation got me messed up. And, you know, I'm just feeling like Mariah shouldn't be here. You know, she not good for my mental health. And Jasmine's just like, no, like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not entertaining. And so Bria starts standing up. I'ma say what I have to say. And Preston's like, girl, you ain't finna bust the grape. Sit your ass down. Like, Preston's like, here this Bria go again. And so she's getting up. Noelle comes over there to comfort Jasmine. And finally, Bria's like, you know what, Jasmine, I don't want to. She always does that. She blows up and comes back like, oh, you know what, I don't want to fight with you. Because, like, girl, you ain't finna fight nobody. But she was like, you know, the whole Mariah situation. Jasmine was feeling like, you know, Mariah honestly shouldn't have been kicked out last season. And then for this season to come, she really was just needing somebody that she felt like was on her side, because she's like, I only knew I was good with you and Nick. And I think when Jasmine found out she was pregnant, not only that, and then seeing the rest of the castmates, you know, be good with each other, hang out with each other, and she at home pregnant and finding out, you know, that Silas is deported, she was like, you know, I was isolated. And so when she said that, I really felt bad for her. Plus also, Silas is the kind of isolation type ass nigga. I'm sorry. I just gotta say it. I'm just going off of what I seen. And so I think for Jasmine, she would have known, like, coming back this season would have been a time for her to get back to kind of like that old Jasmine potentially that, you know, Jordan was talking about. She knew. Because she was like, you know, I just needed fun. I just needed fun and you guys to support me, you know? And so it was just like, oh shit, like everybody's feelings that, you know, that tequila, that tequila have people just up in their feels. But you know, I feel for Jasmine. Bria, like, sit your ass down. Jordan, I really want Jordan to, like, I think Jordan is just built on trying to find where somebody's gonna do her dirty, where somebody's gonna do her wrong. And also because I'm just saying she worked at the Playboy house, you're always looking for imminent threat, because we know how those men are. We've seen the docuseries, okay? And so that's why she's very super sensitive to men, you know, and on high alert, which is why when that whole Nick situation happened, she was like, get up off me. Like, she's been used to niggas. Like, she looks out for ways that other people are gonna do her wrong or be a threat. And I think that's why when that Summer situation that happened, even though it wasn't malice intention immediately, Jordan's like, it's a threat, you know? But yeah, you guys, Summer House Martha's Vineyard, definitely been loving it. Y'all drop down in the comments, tell me what you feel. How do you feel about Noelle and the Alex situation? How do you feel about Jordan finally revealing? And just like, what's your thoughts about Jordan in general? And Jasmine, do you guys feel like, you know, the whole Jasmine situation, I ain't gonna lie, I think that nigga Silas got her pregnant on purpose. So that's just what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And I think Jasmine and Jordan, do y'all think they'll ever be able to make up wholly? And also too, Bria, another thing as well, girl, I want you to shut up about Mariah, because truth be told, had they be like, okay, if you let Mariah come, we'll let Phil come, I bet your ass will simmer down. You wanted Phil to be able to come, and since Mariah came, you basically like, I'm gonna throw a fit until they say Phil can come because I'm allowing Mariah here. That's what she wanted. Girl, Bria, sit your ass down. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'll catch y'all hoes later. Bye.